asking some tough questions coming up into our next session. We've got 3 funders for you who are used to getting pitched on the latest, greatest innovation. I'm going to get them up one first of all, and then we'll have 2 more come and join us. First of all, please welcome founder and chief hustler from Acidus Global, Dr. Samduta Singh. How are you? Nice to see you. Have a seat. So, how are you today?
Well, doing pretty well.
Good, excellent. So I want to talk, this is the idea behind this is founders and funders. We've got funder here. Tell me.
A founder and a funder.
A founder and a funder. So tell us a little bit about your journey to getting to funder from founder.
Oh, that's quite the hustle, and there's a reason I put the chief hustler, on my title. So it started with, I was born in a state called Calcutta, a city called Calcutta. Both my parents are doctors. I'm a first-generation entrepreneur, and as life has it, imagine doctor parents having their first child with a cerebrospinal tumor. So yeah, I spent the first 3.5 years of my life on a wheelchair, and I guess I learned hustling at a very young age. Because when you're hearing everybody around you talking about the word disability, talking about you can be a liability, then you change perspectives. Like, okay, maybe the word disability has ability in it. So, but long story short, I spent about the first 12 years of my life in and out of hospitals. So I kind of figured out that being a doctor is not my forte.
Right.
It requires a different kind of dedication and devotion, which I think my parents did a fantastic job of doing. But I would go a lot with my father, to Calcutta Club, which was, a British-founded club at that point in time. And we would go in a very humble ambassador. How many of you remember an ambassador car? Yeah, so that's what my dad had. And all his friends would come in Mercedes and Bentleys. And as you know, the Tatas and the Birlas, the Khaitans of the world are all from Calcutta. So I would ask my dad very curiously, what is that they do that you don't do? And his answer used to be very subtle. They're in business. And that's what I promised myself, that's what I'm going to do one day. I'll be in business. Fast forward few years, I never invested in a luxury car because I understood the value of money and how it quickly depreciates. With all due respect, I never did that. But I understood the value of investing. So I founded my first company at 23, exited at 25, became a young millionaire in the family. For the first time, Eddie, my father, believed I did something great with my life. There was money in the bank. Became an investor at 25. And some of my other, colleagues who are going to join the stage later on, I've done a lot of co-investing with them. But I have a portfolio about 57 plus investment, and I have a family office that invests in funds as well. But I got bored. I'm like, you know what? Investment alone doesn't just keep it going. So I started my second venture, which was a group of D2C brands using reverse engineering, launching health supplements, beauty product lines. Had a larger exit than my first one, and now I run Acidus. But the journey, I think the word founder and funder is very interchangeable, right? Means if you're not a wealth creator, you don't know how to be a wealth navigator, and the other way around. So I think entrepreneurs are natural investors, and they understand the value of what it does to create wealth. So yeah, I'm going to take a pause at that and happy to move forward from here.
So tell us what you are investing in. What would you like to be pitched on?
Not for sure valuation-centric companies. I don't believe in that term. I believe in value creation. I run Acidus, which is the 3rd largest e-commerce distribution supply chain company globally, and we are profitable, Eddie. And I think, profitable since the last 4 years. And Eddie, women are going with money, right? The power of 2 X chromosomes. I think we naturally build the most profitable companies. And so for me, I believe in a company, it doesn't have to be profit right away, but I definitely believe in a company that has a vision of turning profitable. Because if you see the legacy, especially because we are an Indian Global Forum and we're talking about companies that have built legacy in India, whether it's the Tatas and the Birlas, the P&L has to look healthy. And you can't build a company with taking only money from investors. So given that I invest, I know that it has to be something which is client-funded, and your biggest advocates are your clients. So Eddie, we were a client-funded company for the first 3 years, then we raised capital, and what we raised went into growth, which multiplied our profits. So for me, a company pitching to me has to have value of that. The second, ideally, the company pitching to me has to have a woman co-founder.
Okay.
And I'll tell you
so
why.
A very strong gender lens. I
Yes.
love it.
And I'll tell you why. Because there is no creation between the two participants. And in this world of diversity that we constantly talk about, I don't think women need empowerment. That's a very pseudo word. I'm not even a big fan of the word feminism because men don't talk about masochism. I think you need both. You need equity. And the reason that is super important in a business is because if men are very strategically inclined, women are very good with helping keep the money safe where it belongs and invest in the way where it belongs. So if you have the two perspectives, it's a fantastic win-win. So for me, that kind of plays a very significant role. But most importantly, what matters is if the business has value.
What stage of investments do you make?
We write checks from anywhere between 100K to even $1 million, right? But when we're investing in funds, it's of course a larger check size. But seed is the best bet that we have. I'm an angel investor for many years now. Why I like to take that level of risk? Because somebody took that risk with me too, Eddie. When I started off, I was just 23, somebody gave me my first $500,000. Didn't expect what the return on investment is going to be. And I think when you take that risk, I think founders get a lot of confidence that, there is someone who's going to participate when the return on investment is not the only metric. And I think that is something which I at least look at. But seed to a pre-series A is our sweet spot.